Does thinking about the climate crisis or the shitstorm of other catastrophic possibilities facing our civilization cause you anxiety or despair? And would you love to be able to make a meaningful contribution to the health of our planet?
You've probably spent years being a good climate citizen, reducing your consumption and making reasonable choices. And still, you know that just reducing carbon and leading a low-impact lifestyle, it isn't going to be enough.
You're not alone. The biggest difference you can make in building a regenerative civilization is not your diet, and it's not the technology you use or who you vote for. The biggest difference you can make is in what you give to the world with your whole heart.
Too many of us are stuck trying to fulfill all of those shoulds that we get from well-intentioned but misguided social pressures. Whether we're trying to do what our parents wanted or what our schools taught us was expected of good little boys and girls, or even what our childhood trauma patterns led us to believe would keep us safe.
And if you're like I was, you spent so much of your life pursuing all of those shoulds that you've actually lost touch with where you find the most joy and aliveness. And you may have convinced yourself that that joy is selfish or irresponsible in face of our collective challenges.
And yet the first step in making your most powerful contribution is to find that joy. Now, this is something that the political and activist worlds don't really get. And the personal development world jumps right over it in pursuit of personal success in a vacuum, completely separate from our sense of purpose and our collective success.
If you can answer the following questions from your heart, not contaminated by all of those shoulds, then you are on the path to your core gift for the world, the life of expressing your highest truth. And these questions are, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? And what would you do if you didn't worry about money?
Both of these are versions of what would you do if you were driven by love? Now, if you would like some guidance on beginning to give your gift,
then we would love to be your guides. Here's what some who we've guided say. This is from David, who came to us after being recognized by Forbes magazine as a 30 under 30. He said, I have a new energy in my life. Things are shifting and I'm feeling clarity. I have a job lined up that I'm really excited about. And I found a living situation that will be much more nourishing and in flow for me. And relationship struggles are becoming more navigable. Tons of credit to the course for that.
And from Dan, a 40-year-old psychiatric nurse practitioner. Participating in your class was like what I imagined getting from a bunch of super awesome, finely screened compost mix to put on my raised beds. It helped me realign, remember, open, and widen my view. I think for me, the content was important, as was your eagerness and humility in the presentation of it. The doors started to open, and I saw another possibility with work. Many things are lining up in my life, and it feels a bit like a safe is being opened. The last rotation to the right doesn't open up the safe on its own, but in the right combination, a whole new possibility emerges. Your class was the last correct number, and my recent work transfer is like the safe opening. Without exaggeration, I feel like I can breathe better. Family life is a bit easier, and I'm excited about the possibility of working closely with those who are near the end of their life.
I'm Liam Madden. I've spent the last 15 years building and leading award-winning, mission-driven organizations.
And I'm Stephen Van Noy. I've spent the last 30 years practicing and teaching meditation and psychology. And together, we've created a course called Bring Your Gift to Life. We'd like to offer this to you for free.
Check it out. It's free, it's short, it's a click away, and we would love to share some insight with you that will help you live in greater connection to inspiration, purpose, and your creative power. Thank you. We'll see you there.